Have you ever felt like you can't afford to slow down? Like the moment you stop moving, everything around you might collapse. You wake up already tense, running through what needs to be done, what might go wrong, and what you should have done better. On the outside, you seem calm, composed, capable, strong. But deep inside, it's heavy. You're tired of holding it all together, yet you don't know how to let go. People tell you, you take life too seriously. But they don't get it, do they? You're not trying to be serious, you're just trying to survive. You became the person everyone could rely on, the one who fixes, plans, anticipates, holds, and maybe over time you started believing that's who you are. But somewhere inside there's a quieter voice, the one that remembers when life used to feel lighter, when laughter came naturally, when a mistake didn't feel like a crisis. Carl Jung once said, "The persona is the mask we wear to meet the world." And you've worn yours beautifully. It's the version of you that knows how to stay steady when others fall apart. It's not fake. It's a survival mechanism. But masks, no matter how perfect, can't breathe forever. Maybe when you were younger, being carefree wasn't safe. Maybe you were taught that only serious people get respect. So you built a version of yourself that could never be shaken. But that version slowly became your prison. Because underneath the mask lives the part of you you've ignored, your shadow, the part that feels, that laughs, that wants to play, the part you buried so you could be taken seriously. Jung called it the shadow archetype. The parts of ourselves we hide because we think they'll make us weak. But here's the truth. When you lock those parts away, they don't disappear. They just wait. And one day, when the pressure becomes too much, they come bursting through. That's why some people, the strong ones, the calm ones, break down without warning. Not because they've failed, but because they've carried too much for too long. The laughter they suppressed turns into tears. The joy they denied turns into numbness. It's not a collapse. It's a cry for balance. If you've ever felt like you can't laugh freely anymore, or like being light feels fake, that's your shadow asking to be seen. It doesn't want to ruin your life. It wants to remind you you're still alive. For so long, you've been told that control equals safety. You plan, predict, and perfect, because if you can control it, you can't be hurt by it. And yes, that control has protected you, but it's also kept you caged. Life, however, doesn't always respect control. It throws loss, failure, change, things no plan can fix. And when that happens, the ground beneath the serious person shakes the hardest, because their entire identity is built on holding it together. This is what Jung called ego inflation. When we confuse the role we play with who we are, you become the strong one, the reliable one, the perfectionist. And when that identity cracks, it feels like you're losing yourself. But you're not. You're just meeting the parts of you you never allowed to exist. You're not broken for being too serious. You're protecting yourself in the only way you've learned. Maybe you grew up in a world where being careless meant getting hurt. Maybe you saw chaos and promised yourself, "I'll never let that happen again." So you built walls of discipline and responsibility. But those walls also kept out joy, laughter, spontaneity, all the messy things that make life beautiful. You don't need to destroy your armor, you just need to know when to take it off. You can be serious about your goals and still not take yourself too seriously. You can be strong and still allow softness. You can be responsible and still make space for rest. It's not about changing who you are. It's about reconnecting with who you've always been underneath the weight. Start by noticing your mask. Ask yourself, who am I trying to protect by staying this composed? Then when you feel triggered by people who are carefree, don't judge them. Listen. That irritation might just be envy, the part of you that remembers what freedom feels like. Let yourself play again, not for productivity, not for progress, but for peace. Watch a dumb movie or draw something awful. Dance in your room. These moments don't make you irresponsible. They make you whole. Jung once said, "The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct. Play isn't childish. It's divine. It's how the soul breathes." Somewhere along the way, we all forgot that. We traded curiosity for control, wonder for worry, and joy for responsibility. We started believing that being serious meant being strong. But the truth is, too much seriousness doesn't make life meaningful. It makes it heavier. And most of us are already tired of carrying weights we were never meant to hold. Play isn't about games or toys. It's about presence. It's that spark that makes you sing while cooking, laugh at small mistakes, or dance when no one's watching. It's the part of you that doesn't need a reason to smile. But when you've spent years trying to hold everything together, you forget how to breathe like that. You wake up, chase deadlines, maintain control, and somewhere in the noise of should and must, the music of life fades away. True control, Jung might say, isn't about predicting what happens next. It's about trusting yourself enough to know that whatever happens, you'll handle it. It's not about forcing outcomes, it's about flowing through them. When you start trusting that, something inside you relaxes. You stop overanalyzing every word you said, every look you got, every mistake you made. You stop replaying the past like a broken record and worrying about futures that don't even exist yet. You start living again. Imagine waking up one morning and instead of rushing, you just sit. Coffee in your hands, sunlight on your face. No plans, no performance, just you breathing, existing, enough. You don't have to prove your worth by being productive. You don't have to earn rest by exhausting yourself. You don't have to justify joy, you just have to be. And in that stillness, something magical happens. Your body remembers what peace feels like. Your mind stops running marathons. Your heart, that's been guarding itself for years, finally exhales. At first, it feels wrong. You might even feel guilty for slowing down, like you're wasting time. But that discomfort, that's healing. Because for years, your nervous system was trained to equate chaos with purpose. So peace feels unfamiliar. Calm feels suspicious. But keep breathing through it. That's what returning to yourself feels like. Strange, soft, sacred. Life doesn't reward the person who takes it most seriously. It rewards the one who feels it most deeply. The one who allows themselves to cry when it hurts, to laugh when it's funny, to rest when they're tired, to forgive when it's time. The one who can fall, laugh at the fall, and rise again without losing their tenderness. That's real strength. Not the armor you wear, but the openness you allow. Taking life seriously isn't wrong. Responsibility has its place. Dreams need discipline. But when your seriousness becomes a cage, when you forget to live while trying to perfect it, that's when it starts to hurt you. That's when burnout sneaks in disguised as dedication. That's when relationships start feeling like tasks and your reflection starts feeling like a stranger. So maybe it's time to soften. Not to give up, but to let go. To be the kind of person who can dream big but still laugh loud. Who can lead with power but love with gentleness. Who can hold the storm and still dance in the rain. Because the world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more presence. It needs people who can slow down enough to notice a sunset, to listen when someone speaks, to find joy in something as simple as holding hands or hearing laughter. It needs people who can be serious about purpose, but light about themselves, because when you stop trying to prove who you are, you finally start being who you are. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And who you truly are isn't the mask you wear at work, the planner who never rests, the achiever who fears failure, or the protector who never cries. You're the one behind all of it. The human who feels deeply, who gets tired, who dreams, who hopes, who just wants to be seen. The one who was once playful before the world told you to grow up. That's the real you. You're not gone, just waiting. When you remember that, life shifts. You start noticing small joys again, like rain tapping your window, or your favorite song coming on at the right moment. You begin to laugh at things that used to stress you out. You forgive faster, breathe deeper, sleep better. You stop comparing your timeline to others and start trusting that your pace is divine. You realize you don't have to control everything for it to be beautiful. So take life seriously, yes, but take yourself lightly. Let the world see you breathe again. Let your loved ones see you smile again. Let that inner child you've been hiding finally come out and play, because when you finally stop trying to control everything, you don't fall apart. You fall into peace. And peace isn't weakness, it's power. Quiet, grounded, unshakable power. The kind of power that doesn't need to prove anything. The kind of strength that doesn't roar. It simply is. And maybe that's what serious people have been searching for all along. Not perfection, not control, but peace. The peace that comes when you stop performing and start living. When you stop defending and start feeling. When you stop being the mask and become the soul behind it. So breathe, laugh again. Forgive yourself for forgetting. You don't have to rush anymore. The world isn't waiting for a better version of you. It's waiting for the real one